During this course, you will use coding as a means of creative expression. Tunescope's music code blocks can enable you to explore coding concepts through music. Regardless of whether you have prior musical experience or not, having a basic foundational knowledge of a few musical concepts and how to apply them to code using Tunescope will help you succeed in this course. First, we'll go over basic musical concepts and Tunescope's music palette. The play note code block plays a musical note, which is A through G. Several play note blocks can be combined to create a musical chord, where all notes play at once. Notes consist of a note name combined with an octave number. This number just tells us if the pitch is higher or lower. A note duration can be selected from the drop-down menu. The play note and wait code block waits until one note is completed before beginning the next note. Several play note and wait code blocks combined played a series of notes. Chords are 3 or more notes that are played together at the same time. The play chord block plays all notes in a list simultaneously for a set duration. To build chords, we can use the major/minor chord block, which will tell us or report the notes in a major or minor chord as a list. Major chords sound happy and minor chords sound melancholy. A scale is a set of musical notes. The scale block reports the notes in the specified scale. For example, the C major scale will start on the note C. Different combinations of note durations, such as eighth, quarter, half, and whole, make up rhythm, or the flow of music. 2 eighth notes make up a quarter note, 2 quarter notes make up a half note, and so on. The rest code block inserts a delay of a specified duration in a sequence of notes. This helps create a sense of rhythm. For example, note durations, such as whole notes, are held or played for a longer period of time than half notes. Half notes are played for a longer period of time than quarter notes, and so on. Another important block to know is the set tempo block. The tempo is how fast or slow the music is playing. This block sets the tempo to 60 beats per minute, or BPM. This means that a beat could be played once every second. Now I will introduce you to how we can organize our notes. Measures are how we group notes and durations. In Tunescope, a measure block accepts a list of note and duration pairs. In this example, this list holds 4 items, and those items are a note and their duration. A measure also looks like this in notated music. Another building block of music organization is time signatures. Time signatures indicate how to organize rhythm within music. These are usually written as fractions. The numerator shows how many beats will be in a measure, and the denominator shows us which note will receive one count. In this example, 4/4 means that there are 4 beats in a measure, and the quarter note receives 1 count. The beats and measure block in Tunescope helps us figure out if we have the right amount of beats in a measure. We drag a measure into its input, and the block will report 4/4 if we meet the requirements of 4/4 time signature. If you have multiple measures, you will need to group them into a section. The section block accepts a list of measure blocks. In this example, we first drag a list into our section block. This list will hold 2 measures. After we have our measures and our section ready to go, we can create a music track. So we can put our sections and measures into the track code block, which will eventually allow us to hear what we wrote. This block specifies the type of track to be played and assigns it to an instrument. For this introduction, you will only be using melody tracks. After we're done creating a music track, we can drag that into the Play Tracks block. The Play Tracks block is used to play our music tracks. You can drop your track into it, and when I click on this track, we will hear what we wrote. In conclusion, you should now have a basic overview and knowledge of the primary TuneScope code blocks that will be used in future projects. You should also now have a basic foundation of how music works and how music is composed.